Hey guys, what is going on? It's Lazarus here, and today I'm bringing you yet another roster update video, and this is going to be for the roster update taking place this next Friday. Now really quickly, I want to shout out my Twitter and my Twitch. Both of them will be in the description below, so I'd really appreciate it if you guys check those out. And of course, if you enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And now, without further ado, let's get right into the upgrade list. Now, the first player we have on our list is Tigers catcher Alex Avila. He is quietly putting together a very solid season. In his last week, he's hitting .333, 462 on base, and a .667 slugging percentage with a home run. And if we take a look at his stats on the 2017 season as a whole, he's hitting .360 with 5 home runs, a .473 on base, and an OPS over 1,000. Now, Alex Avila is a guy where you don't really expect him to do this well, but he has a pretty good sample size now, and he's been doing this for almost 2 months. So I think it's fair to say he is definitely overdue for a little bit of an upgrade. Our next player on the list is yet another catcher who is putting together a very solid offensive year. And that is Baltimore Orioles' Wellington Castillo. In his last week, he's hitting .333 with a .360 on base and a .708 slugging percentage with 3 home runs. Now if we take a look at his stats on the whole year, he's hitting .330 with 4 dingers, 16 RBIs, and an OPS over 800. Now this is very good, and I could definitely see him getting maybe a 1 or 2 update, as his defense will probably hold him down a little bit. The next player on our list is Oakland A's first baseman Mark Canha. Now over his last week, he has a .267 average with a .389 on base and a slugging of .867, and he also has 2 home runs in that span. Now while that may not seem great, he's still a pretty low overall in the game, and I could see him getting bumped up just a few overall points, as he has put together a somewhat solid season so far. So he's a guy you should definitely keep an eye on. Our next player is somebody you should probably be looking out for, and that is Ian Happ on the Chicago Cubs. Now MLB.com has him down as a second baseman, so that may be the position he will be put at in the game. Now I have to be completely honest, I'm not sure if he's actually in the game yet, but once he gets added, he's probably going to be going for a lot of stubs, and he may even be an upgrade candidate down the line, as he is absolutely mashing the ball right now. So definitely look out for Ian Happ. The next player on our list is Jake Lamb, who just won the Player of the Week award for the National League a few days ago. So over his last 7 days, he's hitting .316 with a .480 on base and a .947 slugging percentage with 4 home runs in that time period. And he's also having a very solid season. He's hitting .289 with a .387 on base, and he already has 11 home runs. Now he's someone that I actually do like using as somewhat of a sleeper player in Battle Royale and stuff like that. I feel like I do hit very well with him. So if he gets an upgrade, he's just going to be even better. And I definitely do think he will be getting an upgrade of some sort, so you might want to start stocking up on Jake Lamb. Next up on the list, we have Dodgers third baseman Justin Turner, who is having a very good year so far. He's hitting .379 with a .453 on base and an OPS over 900. Now although he only has 1 home run on the year so far, he is still putting together a very solid 2017 campaign, and while I don't think he's going to be going diamond just quite yet, possibly down the line I could see him making the jump from gold to diamond. However, I do think he may be getting +1 and maybe +2, because he has been on an absolute tear lately, so it only makes sense. The only problem I might see is that he was recently placed in the DL, so his price might be pretty low in the market, so if you can get him for cheap, I would definitely recommend buying a few of him. Next up, we have shortstop Tim Anderson of the Chicago White Sox, and in his last week, he's hitting .345 with a slugging of .655 and a couple of home runs. Now, he's only a 75 overall in the game, so he could be getting a few points upgraded, as he has put together a solid campaign so far. I don't think he'll be going silver or anything, at least not just yet, but I do think he will get a small upgrade. Next up, we have Yankee shortstop Didi Gregorius, who I do believe will be going silver, as he has gotten off to a very good start after being hurt for the first month of the season. And there is a specific area I do believe he can get upgraded in, and that is both his contact and power versus lefties. I recently saw a stat on Twitter that said Didi is actually hitting .331, I believe, against lefties since the start of the 2016 season, and that is the highest of any left-handed hitter against left-handed pitchers since the beginning of the 2016 season. I really don't feel like his numbers in the game actually reflect that very well, so those stats versus lefties could definitely be getting a bump, and that's why I do believe he will be going silver. Next up, we have JD Martinez, who started off the season hurt, but it doesn't look like he's missed much of a beat. Ever since coming off the disabled list, he's hitting .367 with 6 home runs and a .537 on base percentage, and not to mention he just won AL Player of the Week for last week. He has been on an absolute tear, and I do think he will be going gold. Honestly, I'd be very surprised if it doesn't happen this week, but if it doesn't, then definitely the next week. JD Martinez, it might be time to start stockpiling on his card. Our next outfielder on the list is Twins right fielder Max Kepler, who is putting together another solid offensive season, but the one thing that did catch my eye was on MLB Network. They did in fact say that he is top 10 in the league in defensive runs saved among other outfielders. And basically, if you don't know, that's a stat that kind of measures how good you are at defense. And that actually surprised me a lot. So he's obviously doing good on both sides of the ball, and he's not exactly a high overall in the game right now. So definitely look out for him to be an upgrade candidate. Now I want to mention Dallas Keuchel really quickly, and I know he's on the disabled list, but that is exactly why I want to mention him, because I do believe he will be definitely going diamond at some point. Since he got put on the DL, it's probably not going to be this week, but he is not going to miss that many starts, 1 or 2 at the most. So I think now is actually a perfect time to start buying some of his cards in order to make a profit on the market. His price should be going down since he's actually not pitching. So this is more of a heads up for you guys that are looking out to make stubs using the marketplace, as now is pretty much the perfect time to start stocking up on Dallas Keuchels. So that's all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Check out the links in my description below. And as always, thanks for watching the video. I'm out. Peace.